Whoa, we made it. Last day of the regular season for Link to the Past Randomizer League. Week 7, co-op info share, Randomizer, defeat Ganon, and we've got the playoffs on the line. Waffle House drive-through playing for the playoffs today. If they win, they're in. Team Kappa pulls this off. Tau Roomies is in. So a very big match here. I am Fear Agent Out of Breath. Joined with me today, the ever awesome Mega Watt. How you doing, bud?
How's it going, Fear? I'm doing all right today. I'm just excited that we get to commentate such a spectacular match that also means so much for the Skullwoods division on our final day of the pre-playoff season here. And we've got 4 great runners lined up today. Waffle House I know is going to be bringing their best because they really want that 3rd spot, with the first 2 already having been locked up nice and tight. So I think it's going to be a good match.
A really good match. Now, I'm biased because I am a part of Team Kappa, but saltyphry and matt7898 are actually 2 of my all-time favorite rando runners. So I don't know who to root for today. Team Kappa is actually we're in the playoffs, so locked into the 2 seed. So the question is, do we want to play Waffle House drive-thru next week, or do we want to play Tower Roomies? I don't know the answer to that. Both teams are really tough, but we're off.
We got Boot Sanctuary already. This is a pretty quick start, getting an immediate saving quit from saltyphry, who definitely wants those boots.
Yeah.
Got a map check on Gamma's end, green pendant at Desert Palace, and a regular crystal at Hera and Eastern. So a lot of information already off the bat.
So what are we doing? What are we playing here?
So this is 7-7 defeat Ganon Randomizer. One of the most unpredictable modes, certainly the most unpredictable mode of the pre-playoff season here. The main catch about this one is that every enemy is randomized, as well as the bosses in each dungeon. So we're not exactly sure what kind of items we'll need, and we're not exactly sure how bad certain rooms will be that a lot of our members have muscle memory for.
For sure. I actually really like this saltyphry route with the boots in hand, going and checking Saha really quick. I know when you're doing a lot of boot starts, this is kind of a popular route, is to go check Saha because it's a quick 3 checks that you're able to get without a bomb.
Yeah, you do risk leaving behind something potentially valuable in Eastern Palace, but with the boots, it's not entirely too big of a time loss to just come back later. And that's an ice rod too, out of the back of Saha's hut.
What is this? A boots and ice rod already?
That early ice rod, especially in Randomizer, is a very valuable find, because the ice rod hunt is even more concerning in Randomizer modes, because you never know when exactly you're gonna run face first into a triangle.
Yeah, for sure. We got a glove there in the drop down of Lost Woods, so. Yeah, Randomizer is tough because you never know.
Sure.
Everyone, especially in the Invitational, is practiced in these modes, right? So in a regular NMG sort of style run where you have strats and you have things that muscle memory how to do, and Randomizer just throws that all in the trash.
Oh yeah, nothing mixes you up harder than playing Randomizer, where all of your muscle memory that you spent however many years building up means absolutely nothing.
So here's the question: Did Oneup not tell Gammachuu about the boots?
I think he might be hiding some cool items from Gamma.
What the heck, man?
You're like, hey, I got a present waiting for you in the sanctuary. Come pick it up whenever you want. I'm not going to tell you what it is though.
And we got early hook shot. Man,
shot.
That's
like
nice
my favorite item for this mode.
Totally, that's my favorite item to have in Randomizer.
Just being able to, because like the first thing you want to find in any Randomizer seed is probably just a weapon, right? A sword.
Yep.
More so than a hammer. But you want a weapon. You want something to reliably deal with enemies, so you're not just trying to tank damage or just walk around everything. And in lieu of a sword, I'd say hookshot's probably like the next best thing.
Yeah, because it actually kills a bunch of enemies as well. Got some nice sync going on in the well there.
Yeah, just about anything it doesn't kill, it'll stun. So
yeah,
very, very valuable item to have early.
I think we saw both boomerangs in the well. So
we did. And we got a vanilla chicken hut today. Not very exciting. Is this even Randomized?
I know, right? And a bow.
Oh, and we got a bow there. It's a pretty nice item.
Yeah,
Not
so
quite as valuable in Randomizer, just due to
right.
having fewer logical implications, but
So
still basically an ice rod in this mode as a result. Nice to
yeah,
have.
for sure. Let me ask you a question about that. Because I'm not 100% sure about how the logic works. Does the logic still account for you having a boat to get, like, say, to the back of Eastern?
No. So as far as all the enemy kill rooms that require logical items in non-Randomizer go, those are all out the window. There's no logical limitations in that regard. So while you're still required to have a bow to get to, say, the boss of Palace of Darkness because you have to shoot the statue, you are not required to have the bow to get to the bow side of Palace of Darkness
Okay.
or to the Eastern Palace boss. There is no logical implication there.
Okay. That's good to know. We did find the flute as well in Kakariko, so
Yeah, it's a very nice find here.
Jet Seed, possibly?
Yeah, getting a lot of really nice items early. A lot of items that you would normally worry about hunting for in this mode, and they're just all popping up immediately. I do feel... Oh yeah, the lamp was on the library as well.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
So free, the seed.
Why does Gamma not have
a
the
mount
boots?
play from...
Why-
I feel like Oneup trying to hide the boots may have been not the greatest call on his end, even if he does like trolling Gamma a bit. So we are getting the mountain play from Oneup though. All these items we're getting, on top of being really, really nice, convenient items in this mode, also happen to point logically straight to the mountain, where I imagine we're going to be getting something with this kind of item loadout.
Yeah,
Most
still have all
likely
the South
hammer
Shore.
mitts. Yeah, that as well. Getting the back of escape from Matt here, which I don't believe we've seen yet.
No, I don't think we've seen this yet. There's our small key. And with the lamp, it's not too bad to get to Dark Cross, but it's a possibility that there's just a map there.
Back there too. Yeah. So you probably don't want to immediately go there.
Yeah.
We'll see if Gamma follows the same philosophy here. We do have Matt also rushing to the mountain to join a Oneup up here.
So nothing up on the
So we'll
mountain.
probably see the other runner on each team heading to South Shore after this.
All right, I forgot we had the hook shot, so we have all of East Death Mountain as well.
Oh yeah. The only potential downside is, I'd say, if the hammer is in Mini Moldrum Cave or something nice and easy on South Shore, you run the risk of leaving something important behind in Tower of Hera. But at the same time, if you find the hammer, then you just have Dark World access.
Yeah.
So it kind of doesn't really matter unless the mirror's up there.
So Gamma having to backtrack to Kakariko. Not too bad since he does have the flute, but does want to pick up that mirror. Mirror very valuable in Randomizer.
And the lamp as well, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, the lamp. I don't know why. Lamp is valuable, more so in Randomizer than maybe any other mode.
Oh yeah. Just another instance of speaking of the mirror. And the silvers. Wow.
What the heck, man?
We're not even 8 minutes into the seed, I'd like to point out. And a bug net. We don't have any bottles yet, but that bug net is pretty nice.
Yeah, again, normally you don't really care about bug net in most modes, but being able to catch fairies can be the difference actually in between a win and a loss in this mode.
Oh yeah, for sure. With the flute as well, it's going to be nice and simple to just go pick some up over near the eastern flute spot.
Can of Burna, a nice safety item. Did he get the mirror in Paradox Cave there?
Yeah, so that's going to be... So Hera's a nice option now.
Yeah. Completely missed what was in Mini Moldrum Cave, though.
I don't believe it was anything of note. I don't see anything new on saltyphry's tracker.
So we're just looking for Dark World access at this point, which I think Hera would be it. That's a rough death.
That's a really rough death. Oh, we did have we had a fairy in a bottle in Mini Moldrum Cave. That is actually really nice. Right next to a heart piece for Gamma, so that's going to be nice for him, actually. Plus with the bug net as well, that's going to be a reusable block.
Yeah, for sure.
And yeah, Oneup is headed straight for that most likely.
You know, early boots is super nice, but without a sword, it can make dashing really dangerous.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's one of the annoying things, like getting early boots and then still having to be very cautious about where you're dashing, what you're running into. Especially in Randomizer, when you can just run face first into an enemy that deals 4 hearts of damage, and you just take a death on Overworld as a result.
Oh,
I
Matt,
think it's exactly what happened to Oneup in Spiral Cave.
Yeah, he dashed right into that Lionel, and you see Matt doing his best to navigate that and getting through there. Those Lionels are not friendly.
So we'll see how badly Oneup's going to get punished for taking that Spiral Cave death here. Just 20 rupees, so it's not that big of a deal. Oneup, meanwhile, making the Hyrule Castle play, as Gamma is doing a pretty dangerous water walk,
Yeah. I think with the boots, it's a little bit safer. But he's going to be swimming out of here, so.
If he even decides to swim out. This may just be a grab the hobo item, save quit situation.
Just bombs. And you're right, he is going to save and quit. So we haven't seen the map yet, I don't believe, in Escape. So, well,
I'll speak of the devil.
So there's something Dark Cross now.
With that mirror too, he won't even have to death warp, so that's gonna be real nice for Oneup.
So we've got Eastern available. Maybe be able to full clear it, depending on the boss. And then we've got Hera, which again, maybe be able to full clear, depending on the boss.
Interesting.
With a flippers.
So, oh my goodness, was that on Sick Kid?
That was on Sick Kid, yeah.
Oh wow. So we also just saw Matt run up and grab Blue Mail from the top of Spectacle Rock, but then instead of heading into Hera, fluted off to grab the Ice Rod, it looks like. Which isn't a bad call. Could be a nice, useful weapon for whatever you find.
I feel like
it won't have any relevance against the Hera boss, because I don't believe that can be a Trinix, but...
You're right. But Eastern can, because I see Trinix in Eastern a lot. Wanna making work of those silver arrows.
Finding a whole lot in the front of Escape, but we still got Dark Cross to go, so this might be a bit of an adventure here.
Let me ask you a question. Why did neither Salty or Matt go into Hera?
I'd like to know that as well.
I don't know about that one.
Possibly just out of the fear of finding Helmasaur at the very top. That is a pretty realistic concern. And yeah, that's a rough overworld death from Matt there.
But I feel like you could at least check, right? Like, see what's going on.
Yeah, I feel like the right play would have been to send at least one of the runners up there. But
yeah,
I mean, grabbing the Blue Mail is definitely a good call too, especially with there's a bit of health available to Seed, it seems, but not a whole lot without going out of your way. So that relatively nice and easy Blue Mail is definitely a good call.
Those Murderodactyls are rough. Thankfully, they have the hook shot though, so Matt should be able to manage from here. Not much in Escape here.
Well, it seems like everybody's shy to go to Hera.
I know, it's kind of strange.
Oneup not going either.
It's 2 items. So we're down to Agina's Cave, Hera and Eastern, I believe. Oh, and Zora is in Logic. So we've got some.
Zora is in Logic.
Well. Also
Waterfall Fairy spot right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We have the flippers now too. So Waterfall Fairy as well as Zora Ledge are both on the table here. Gamma looking to be in the best spot. I don't know where he got that huge stash of rupees because I don't believe he did a hula hand at the start.
I think they're on. Oh, there's the hammer.
Oh, there's the hammer. All right. Yeah. Well, there's the answer.
There was rupees. I want to say there was 300 rupees on the race game.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. And I don't think either Matt or saltyphry picked that up. That is a really nice hammer, though. That gives them an actual weapon to work with. Even if it's not a sword, it still will be very nice in case they find any Argus.
Yeah.
Or Moldor flying around. Oh, wow. That's a really nice yellow spike trap, actually, to just give you a bit of iframes to deal with that roller that comes in right afterwards.
Yeah, because the roller does, what, 3 hearts of damage?
I think 4 hearts in green mail.
Ugh.
which Gamma has not been up the east side of Death, or the west side of Death Mountain yet, so he does not have that blue mail yet.
Making good work of that Cannon Burner, man. Our runner's actually really fortunate with the items that the layout of the items so far.
Yeah, this is a very generous seed item-wise. Not as much health-wise, just quite yet, and that's a really nice back of Eastern Palace as well.
Yeah, even the room is super nice. With hookshot, killing these is no problem. What do we have?
So Oneup gonna go grab his flippers. Oh, we got an Argus, so killable with the hammer we just picked up in here. That's nice and convenient.
Slow, but killable.
Yeah, a tad slow. But Eastern is a crystal, so Gamma, it is in his best interest to go ahead and have this out.
Oh man, Matt getting bullied by the chain chomp of all things in this round.
Oof. I didn't even notice the chain chomp when Gamma was running through. I was too distracted by the roller.
Yeah, I don't think he picked up Cannaberna.
Fortunately, that's the roughest room in the back of Eastern. He should be fine from here on out.
Yeah.
Especially with blue mail. And now we got all of our runners currently in Eastern Palace. So we got some stuff. We got some time to think about where our runners are probably going to head next after this.
Well, there's a lot open, and
oh yeah,
gosh, they can do everything but Trinix and Argus. Or no, I mean Trinix and Cold Stare. I mean.
So here's the question, I imagine. If you're Gamma, do you go up Death Mountain to grab your mirror before going Dark World? If you have about a 2-minute lead on your teammate here?
I think so, because you can also pick up those silvers as well in case you run into a Vidi.
That's true, and the blue
which
mail.
Could be in, and blue. Yeah, there's a lot. And going to Hera, I feel like that'd be the play.
Especially with that hammer now, you're a lot more confident that you can fight any boss you come across, with the exception of Trinix and Cold Stare, of course.
trying to flute away here.
Having a bit of trouble. saltyphry and Oneup both grabbing their hammers about the same time.
Matt's gonna have to take this really slow because one heart or one anything that damages him will kill him here.
No, he's got blue mail, so I think he should be able to take one hit.
Right.
But he does still want to play it pretty safe.
And it looks like Salty just noped out of Eastern after getting the hammer. Figured he'll come back later.
Not necessarily a bad call, honestly. They've got the mirror already.
Mm-hmm.
Pod is a crystal, so if you just happen to find some better weapons, you can save a lot of time in that Argus fight, more than you would running back through Eastern Palace.
First look at Hype Cave here.
Nice 300. That's gonna put him a bit closer to Zora money.
Yeah, they still don't have the flippers though, so I don't think they're really even thinking about Zora right now.
Ah, that's right. Yeah, both Team Kappa have that, but Waffle House is completely missing that currently. Oneup having a bit of trouble in the Eastern back rooms here. These shadow things are pretty simple to deal with, but if you mess up and take a single hit, they do cost you a whopping 2 hearts on green mail.
Yeah.
So mistakes are very costly.
Look at these pro strats from Oneup.
Yeah, these quick swap strats on Argus. This is a much faster fight than oh, that you gotta be a little cautious now though. That is actually one hit from death because he's on green mail.
Man, that is sexy as hell though.
Very nice phase 1 from Oneup. And we do have Gamma checking out Hera as well.
Trying to set up Hera pot, but that fire bar not playing nice.
We're not seeing anything. So we're seeing the Dark World first from both members of Waffle House. saltyphry going and checking the pyramid over to Pod. Matt going into Skullwoods and likely Village of Outcasts after this. We didn't see anything on the pyramid ledge, I don't think, but pod is certainly a very good play in Randomizer with the without the possibility of just getting bow locked on the first chest, right?
Yeah, totally.
Especially with the lamp in their inventory. Makes it a pretty nice, dense dungeon.
Took a bit, but was able to get the hair pot there. And Salty getting bullied, trying to turn Kiki in. This Randomizer can be tough to turn Kiki in.
Yeah, this is actually relatively nice enemy layout for this area. A lot of times you'll get like rollers just plastered along the path, and you're like, how do I even get past this?
Nice blue mail or blue potion there for Gamma and Hera. Never turn those down.
So Oneup's gonna be within 40 rupees of checking Zora here. It's possible, with the flute especially, that he just might make the catfish play into Zora's domain. Especially since Gamma's already picked off Hobo, so that's not even a consideration anymore.
How much do you like Helmasaur in Top of Hera? I hate this fight.
This is the best spot for Helmasaur. And I think this is probably exactly what why our runners were dodging it so hard at the beginning of the seed. Because this is just such a nasty spot for Helmasaur.
I feel like with silver arrows and bombs, though, it's not too bad. So both items out of Hera, not other than the potion, which is a nice safety item, not giving us any progression. And we're getting swamp actually from Oneup here. This is, I like this.
Call gives him another chance to get some more money. It's also a crystal dungeon. Do run into the possibility. I believe both Trinex and Cold Stare are possible bosses here. But it's a very dense dungeon nonetheless with 6 items, so
yeah, definitely
worth your time. Ooh, Matt having a little bit of trouble in the switch room of Skullwoods. This is a pretty nasty layout.
Yeah, it is.
It's even an anti-fairy in there. Gross. That's probably one of the worst enemies that could even be in that room.
Yeah, for sure.
We got a 5/6 crystal. Oh, they may not have been a first map check actually. But we got Pendant, Skull, and Thieves Town, and then a 5/6 Mire and Ice. So makes the play over to Village of Outcasts a lot less valuable. Without knowing for sure you're going to get something out of it, right?
Yeah.
It's still a pretty dense area, but now you run that risk of like, oh, maybe this is just completely worthless. So we got Gamma following saltyphry in the pod here. Imagine we gotta find Mitts at some point, right?
Yeah, I actually like Swamp a lot for Mitts here.
Yeah, I'm feeling the same way. If Mitts are gonna show up somewhere, it's probably just in here.
Or with Thieves Town being a pendant, probably Thieves Town, right? Like nobody wants to go into Thieves Town.
Oh, we got a nice book and graveyard ledge on Matt's end. That's Desert Palace access, and it lets us read the tablets, but we can't really do much with them.
Yeah,
aside
still no
from that.
sword. It's funny, they started, it was basically a boot start, and still with almost 25 minutes in, no sword. Oh, there's the Mitts and pod.
Ooh. That's a nice find for Waffle House here. Oh, an Ether in King's Tomb as well, which might be valuable. It's definitely a nice item to have just for clearing some kill rooms once you've got a sword.
Yeah, for sure.
So even if it's not required for a dungeon, it's still a nice pickup.
So it looks like Team Cap is actually going to be really thorough because they got 2 items in the first 2 checks, including the big chest of the swamp, and not and still doing the left side. So a little more thorough than I imagined that they would be.
So we got Matt opting not to continue on the catfish from Graveyard Ledge, instead of heading back for Village of Outcasts. And I like this. Without mitts, it's such a time investment to get into the Village of Outcasts in the first place.
Yeah, I agree
You
with that.
kind of really don't want to have to do that walk around more than once.
So what are we looking for? We do need Samaria. We do need the fire rod, possibly.
That's a big question mark. It really depends on what's in TR Roller Room, as well as if there's a Trinex out there waiting for us to find.
Yeah.
Well, we got Bombos on left side swamp. That's potentially pretty big.
Yeah, that's gonna.
Both Mire and Turtle Rock are crystals this seed. That's pretty likely to be required. On top of the fact that we don't have a fire rod, and Ice Palace is also a crystal.
Yeah, which is potentially clearable now.
Well, we still need a sword to use that Bombos. But once we find that...
Correct, yeah.
Once we are no longer swordless,
it's easy to overlook those,
Ice Palace.
Yeah, those minor things like a sword.
I know how that feels like.
Yeah, your race had Go Mode Master Sword, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, that was a fun time. Oh, and this is... Ooh. This is a nasty room to try to set up Diver down. Goodness.
Yeah, I think you just go back. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth the time investment.
Yeah, anti-fairies are usually, anti-glitch modes, basically.
Oh, get that Lionel out of here. What is this? Just got him backed up against the staircase. So we got Matt over here.
Vanilla
Clearing
blind?
out all, but yeah, getting a vanilla blind. Seeming to skip the back of Thieves Town for now. Just going for the boss kill.
Is this...
I did not catch how many items were in the front.
Ugh, that's a tough fight.
That's not a great death to take.
Yeah, that's a tough fight.
Yeah, I think you just have to leave that behind now, though. Like, it's a pendant. You spent the time trying. You were not successful, unfortunately, but it's not necessarily a big deal if you just leave it behind.
Yeah. Landmo in pod. Oh, there's powder.
Oh, there's our first sword in brewery for Matt. A bit of a punch in the gut after dying to blind and finding your sword immediately afterwards.
Yeah, for sure.
But that's still going to be very, very valuable for them.
Did he mirror and check it? Oh, he still doesn't have a bottle. So
he doesn't have a bottle.
Check Sick Kid yet.
I think, where was the one and only bottle we found so far?
I think it's here in the dam.
It was somewhere... Is it?
There's the dam one, and then there's one in Hera as well.
And we also got powder on Oneup's end.
Yeah, that was in,
so that's also a nice pickup here.
For sure. Helmasaur number 2. So our last Helmasaur of the day.
Also, at least we won't be seeing one that's very top of GT, which is a nice thing to have.
So Matt and Salty gonna switch spots. Matt gonna go get his mitts out of pod, finish that off. I'm a little surprised Salty didn't go into each turn from there and just clear that out.
He might still be waiting for a better weapon. Like, again, he also now knows where his sword is.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
He might be hedging his bets on having that instead. But also knowing that there's nothing valuable on the boss, he'll likely just leave it behind for go mode at this point. Since it's not a 5/6 either. Yeah, just gunning straight for that sword. I also didn't catch what the boss in pod was, but it was beatable.
It was
as evidenced by Saltyphry's first crystal. It was Landmo, okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, with silvers, that's a nice easy fight.
Yeah.
So Oneup going to be joining Gamma in pod here.
Yeah, once you know that
going to really open up.
Yeah, once you know where the mitts are, it definitely incentivizes you to get over and grab those as soon as possible.
So what are we still missing at this point? Possibly Quake Medallion. Possibly Fire Rod. but we know we're missing the Canis Maria for sure.
Yeah.
That's still the one item we know we have to find.
And there's a lot of availability here. We've got.
Oh wow, there's another sword of the dig game.
Oh jeez.
Did Matt just leave after the one in Brewery?
He sure did.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. So we've got Ice Palace, which is available to our runners collectively, not individually, since one team has Bombos, the other team has the swords. Mire's open. Dark Death Mountain's open. Desert's open with that
bunch
book.
Of potential for
and Mirror.
Teammates split up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't need the book anymore. Like the book, unless the tablets or something, which still could be.
Still possible, yeah.
Now that they've also got 2 swords. Could see some value on that end for Waffle House. We could see some value in that Bombos Medallion for Team Kappa. But those are probably the 2 best advantages each team holds right now over the other.
Yeah.
Since both are in kind of out of the way locations. And saltyphry definitely potentially routing with that book in mind. He doesn't have the book yet, but if he goes and picks up the book from Graveyard Ledge before finishing the Smith Chain here, it could actually route pretty nicely.
That seems so awkward.
It is a bit awkward, but I feel like you kind of want to push that advantage, right?
Yeah, probably.
You find the book in a location like that.
It is ether.
You probably feel like you want to get something out of it.
It is ether for Meyer, which was King's Tomb.
That was King's Tomb, yes. Oh, and there's the Quake Medallion.
All right.
I imagine we'll be seeing Dark Death Mountain from Gamma here as soon as he's done in this area.
Yeah, Team Kappa has avoided all of Village of Outcast area as well, so.
Which unfortunately for them is where all of the swords in the seed so far have been.
Yeah. All right, look at K45 from saltyphry. Just a heart piece. I feel like I'm picking up extra heart pieces, but I know saltyphry is like one of the best spoiler log runners. You know, spoiler log runners usually tend to be okay with low percentage stuff, so
yeah, saltyphry might
out of his way to
pretty comfortable where he is right now. Master Sword, Blue Mail, 8 hearts.
Yeah.
That's not too bad. Oh, and forgetting about the forgetting that he has a shovel, so having to come back and pick up the purple chest to mirror here for the dig spot.
Yeah, I don't remember where they got that. And still not even picking up a free heart piece.
It's getting a little hairy for Oneup here in pod. Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah. The lack of sword definitely hurt.
Tough.
Oh, he's got a fairy, so. Well, that's a good point, Jamie, you're making in chat, that saltyphry did not mirror and check the sick kid while he was in Village Outcasts, so Waffle House will continue to miss their flippers for the time being.
It'd be funny if they are go mode flippers, because I don't think there was anything in Swamp Palace, was there? Oh, Bombos.
Just the Bombos Medallion.
Yeah. So, yeah. All right, so our first look at Dark Death
The
Mountain.
Mire area check. And yes, Super Money Cave on Gamma's end as well. Getting that beautiful shield.
Yeah. Still thinking to pick up Quake here in the Mire Shed. I don't think I've ever seen that statue.
That was a weird interaction, yeah.
All right, so ether.
Oh wow,
for
so
both.
ether required for both of them. So Bombos still not entirely off the table as far as its value goes. Significantly less likely to be valuable though at this point. It would require the Fire Rod to be not locked behind the Bombos in some not locked behind Ice Palace in some aspect. Oh, and another sword in Hookshot Cave. And Red Mail, that's a
free
nice
red
pickup.
mail. Yeah, I take that too.
We're going to end in Spike Cave over here, which has also not been checked yet. Now, did Gamma dip into desert while he was over in the Mire area?
I don't think
Or is
so.
this brand new? It is a pendant, so maybe he wasn't feeling like it was valuable enough with like all of Dark Mountain on the table, right?
Yeah, I mean it's 2 checks.
But
You
Waffle
might only get 1 item, so I understand skipping it out.
yeah, and knowing that they also have Ice Palace open as soon as they find a sword, kind of understandable. Saltyphry and Matt, however, not knowing where the flippers are, probably feeling a little bit more bottlenecked.
Yeah. I mean, the back of Thieves Town is still available. I'm not sure how many items we actually saw in the front of Thieves Town. If I'm Kappa, I'm trying to wonder how much do you want to press the advantage of Bombos? Of course, Oneup still needs to get that sword. We might see him head up there immediately, grab that sword, and then go to Ice Palace.
We're also going to see Ether here.
Gammachuu going to pick up. Yeah.
Which is Mire entry. Which would be a pretty decent play at some point. Maybe not as much without the cane, but honestly, Mire is one of the better dungeons to double dip, in my opinion.
I agree. So I think we might be seeing the swamp play from Gamma to get that Bombos. That's my guess. They are avoiding Village of Outcasts like the plague.
Yeah. I mean, seeing both of the pendants over there, it is a good density, so I imagine they won't be able to avoid it forever, but you at least got to give it the old college try.
So Matt about to get tempered, while Oneup is still swordless. Oh, I see what Gamma did. He's not doing swamp. He's actually going to do south. He's going to do these checks south and then make his way up to the Village of Outcasts.
Ah, yeah.
And this will be good because it gets him the information about the other 2 swords.
Yeah, so he'll get his tempered.
So where
probably dip in the Thieves Town as well.
Yeah, where's Samaria?
I'm thinking Ice Palace. Just
That's what I'm
thinking
here too. Yeah.
That or Mire, but I'm feeling Ice Palace a little bit more strongly with these items.
Which isn't even an option right now for Waffle House because they still need to do Swamp, which they can't do because they haven't visited Sickade yet. So. Try next number 1. It's actually good information. It's a lot of digs for that Master Sword, but well worth it. I'm gonna first look at the Bombos tablet here. Ether tablet, just 10 arrows. Gamma breaking the only Team Kappa rule that we have, that's don't check Smith chain. We see Oneup about to enter Ice Palace and then get the information about the sword. But not heading that direction. Where is he going? He is heading to the pyramid? All right. A little strange to see him head back to the pyramid, but all right. So Matt gonna finish off Hera here. tempered sword in hand now. Salty coming up to the mountain will pick up his tempered sword as well. And what I'm going to give us our first, I believe, catfish look. So really looking for Samaria and possibly Fire Rod.
So what I'm concerned about is, does Oneup double back after catfish and head back for Graveyard Ledge, where a potentially still required book is sitting?
Right. I mean, it's only one item at this point because we saw Ether Tablet. It was nothing. I think he might do the water checks from here.
Yeah,
that's what he is.
It's like the most difficult play. So that Bombos medallion, or that Bombos tablet, is now a very big trouble spot for Team Kappa.
It's still not Zora money for Oneup here. So be able to check a Zora item, or the ledge item, but not actual Zora. And there's Tempered Sword for Gamma. Gonna relay that information to Oneup here. Salty gonna get temp.
I think Team Waffle House getting ever so closer to hopefully remembering Sick Kid exists.
Yeah.
The unfortunate thing about getting their flippers as late as they're going to, though, is that with the only Ice Palace access in Swamp Palace, they're going to be both bottlenecked into Swamp at the same time. Oh, and yeah, here comes the flippers.
All right.
This is going to be a rough find for them.
So Oneup makes the sacrifice to go into Ice Palace with just the fighter sword, while his buddy Gamma there's got tempered and is checking a pendant dungeon. So looks like we're gonna get Salty and Matt simultaneously gonna be in Swamp Palace at this point, and it's kind of not what you're hoping for when you're doing co-op. But they're they're bottlenecked down to it. It feels like Bombos is gonna be our progression, right?
That or Ether. I'd honestly, if I were Waffle House, I'd be wanting to send at least one runner to Meyer, since Ice isn't currently an option. And I'm not sure actually. What is the play for them here?
Yeah,
do you just accept you have both at the Dip Swamp?
Well, it looks like Salty's going to do the water checks, while Matt's going to do the actual swamp dive.
Yeah, so it'll buy a bit of time for Matt.
Yeah.
We will actually get to see Zora as well from this.
Right.
So that might still be something that Team Kappa left behind.
We have not seen the back of Thieves, and we actually haven't even seen what Blind has, if anything. Right,
just
so it's a hard container. Again, still haven't seen I didn't see how many items were checked in the front.
I think if you're Gamma
shout out
here,
to our trackers today, though, for keeping track of all things. Philistine and Sapphire. Big shouts to them.
Gamma not going back into Thieves Town. A little bit surprised by that. Because they don't really have a whole lot left to them at this point, right?
Yeah, I mean, they've got Meyer.
I believe they've also got Skull Woods.
Yeah.
But without a fire rod, that's not even a guaranteed 2 items.
We might see him pull the book here.
Yeah, it looks like this is what it's gonna be.
All right, well, let's see if Matt goes left side swamp, because that's where Bumbus is. We're gonna find out soon if that is required, if the fire rod is in here.
Picking up this book is going to be real nice for Gamma, actually, since he is the one member of Team Kappa who has not gone to Swamp yet.
Yeah.
So that's going to be real nice in letting them unorphan Bombo's tablet. And I missed what was on Zora.
Cart container.
I just looked away and missed it, but okay, yeah. So that's the only other major problem spot for Team Kappa out of the way as well. So Team Kappa looking to be in a really good spot right now. Still going to be skipping the back of Thieves Town and Skull Woods for now.
Oh, the Team Kappa is
going to Mire instead of Swamp.
He might do Desert.
Oh, right. Yeah, he didn't dip in here the first time he was here. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, and I like this from saltyphry a lot. Going
Catch
back
up.
to Eastern Palace to give
Yeah.
Matt some time to figure out what's in Swamp. I like this a lot.
Yeah, this is good for Waffle House because they're actually going to get bombos here too. That's our second item. So it might not even be here. It might just be Meyer.
That would be pretty nasty. And it couldn't be green. It couldn't be green pennant because we have that Trinex sitting in the back of desert, which is nice knowledge that Gamma might get here if he opts to go back before going into Mire. Okay, all right.
There it is.
Well, there it is.
There it is.
Very required Bombos Medallion in Swamp. And still no Canis Maria in sight either.
Matt did check Swamp, or excuse me, Skull Woods. I'm not sure how many items he got out of there, so there could be a possibility that there's 2 items back there.
We also have Pedestal and Logic at this point as well. Every boss is killable now.
You see that? You see the Wallmaster there in the ice? That's terrible.
I did see that. Oh my goodness, that's that's one of the worst spots.
Yes, it is.
Especially because you're standing
grabbed.
still for so long, pulling that statue, lifting that rock too. If you're not careful, that's a really nasty Wallmaster. We're just getting blind here in the bottom of Ice Palace, so real simple stuff.
Okay,
Red
so
mail,
that's
9 hearts.
Yeah, it's 2 blinds and 2 Helmosaurs, right?
And then aside from that, we've seen a Trinex, an Argus, a Lenmolus, and I'm trying to think what else have we seen? What was in Thieves Town? That was blind.
That was
one
the
of the 2
second blind.
blinds.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's only one other boss that's gonna show up twice here. So very low odds.
Oh man, that puts that Trinex now into Logic too.
Oh yeah. So green pennant's a consideration. Pedestal's a consideration.
When do you pull the trigger and just head into Mire and hoping for a vanilla Canis Maria?
I think pretty soon on Team Kappa's end. Because at this point, what do you have left? One of you has gone into basically every major crystal dungeon, and even the majority of the pendant dungeons. Your major plays left are Pendant Skullwoods, which is not a bad idea since you just found the Fire Rod, and then Caneless Mire, and then the back of Thieves Town, which is not necessarily ideal. But we might see it. But it seems Oneup is going to be chasing Skullwoods here? No, he's going to be going to back of Thieves Town. Oh no, he went to Swords. Yeah, no, this makes sense. Meanwhile, saltyphry catching up on Matt, having gone and cleared Eastern, giving him some time to scout out Swamp Palace. Still unconfirmed for Team Waffle House if they're going to need that Bombos Medallion, but it's a safe bet that they will. At least as far as they know. So I can't see Salty skipping left side here. We are getting powder check from Oneup. Looks like he's just picking up a couple things left over in Kakarika while he's grabbing his swords.
Yeah.
And now we've got Matt having killed Argus, so we might also get a peek at Bombo's tablet here.
I think Gamma did it already.
Oh, did he do it before?
Yeah,
Okay.
I believe so.
So it must have not been anything terribly important. So Oneup going to be grabbing his Tempered Sword, and then it's a question of where he goes after this. So you got 3 major plays left. Meyer, Back Thieves, and Skullwoods.
So did Matt leave without Bombos?
No, Matt was the first one to go into Swamp, and he did go left side. And grab
okay.
Bombos.
Okay. We just need to get the tracker updated. Okay.
Yeah, he's going straight to Ice Pals as well. Not gonna fool around waiting for the cane.
Yeah.
So he's gonna get his fire out here.
It feels like Team Kappa has a little bit of a lead, but I'm not sure by how much at this point.
I believe Matt and saltyphry have a bit more in terms of pen and dungeons cleared out, but they are behind on crystals and the major chain of progression that's been leading up to this fire rod as well. I'd probably give Team Kappa a slight lead now, just being up a grand total of 2 collective crystal dungeons.
Mm-hmm.
And also Gamma being a bit ahead of saltyphry here in Swamp as well. But that could flip at any point, because we've got a pretty major turning point coming up, which is where's the Cane of Samaria?
Yeah.
You've got 3 major plays. It just comes down to who makes the correct one.
Right. If Waffle House heads to Meyer and it's there, then all of a sudden they're in the lead, because that's go mode, right? Meyer's go mode?
That's basically go mode.
Samaria? I don't think we need anything else, do we?
Yep. We've got all 3 medallions, and we've seen both the medallions for the dungeons anyway. Oneup still needs to grab his Ether medallion. So that's still something he needs to do.
All right, so if you're just joining us, just to recap, we are in the last, this is actually the last match of the Skullwoods division. Team Kappa is locked into the playoffs at the number 2 spot here. Waffle House Drive-Thru is a win and in. If they lose, Tile Roomies will be that number 3 seed in the playoffs. So pretty crazy for it to come down to this.
Yeah, definitely a very close situation here in the Skullwoods division.
And then you have the Findron and Drifters who just showed everyone what's up this year.
Nah, they just stole a certain Team Kappa's 40th flavor this season. That's all.
Man, how do you get through this room? This room is ridiculous in Skullwoods.
I don't believe Matt actually was able to get through here. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, I
think he
believe
just
you're
gave
right
up.
because, yeah, like he was way under equipped.
Yeah, and it's just 10 arrows, so it's not going to be anything important. But I believe that was the only item that was in the front of Skullwoods, and that the other one is, in fact, fire rod locked.
It's funny, Pedestal is fully in play here. But our one runner without a book to check it is the one that's near the pedestal, so...
So where are we going to get Gamma headed to?
He's going to head to ice, right? He's going to go get his ice rod, or his fire rod?
Oh, he's going up the mountain. Curious where this is headed towards.
I have no idea where this is.
He's already been up here for Dark Death Mountain. He's gotten all of his mail. Was there an item in Hera Basement?
No, they got both items out of Hera. I have zero idea what he's doing right now.
Oh, this is Ether Tablet. No, yeah, this is Ether Tablet. Yeah, he just recently got that book and then went to Swamp. So yeah, this is fine. He's gonna do this and then probably head to either Meyer or Thievestown. Likely Meyer.
Yeah.
I wouldn't feel good about making the back of Thievestown play this late in the seed.
I feel like you got to get that fire rod before you go into Meyer, though, in case you
That's
do
true.
run into Trinex.
It also gives Oneup the ability to continue scouting. So that you really, if you're wasting time on these plays, you're only wasting it on one side.
Yeah. He's also doing some cleanup that Oneup wasn't able to do. He's going to go check Zora here, and we've got Cold Stare in Skull Woods.
Yeah, this is a nasty spot for Cold Stare.
It's actually
At
nice.
least-
This is actually pretty nice because you don't have to worry about the track, and those spikes actually do damage to the pups. So
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword for sure. It's a bit of a smaller arena to fight in, and you'll take damage on the sides.
Yeah.
But Cold Stare also takes damage on the sides,
Yeah.
and he takes a lot of
Yeah,
damage on
yeah.
the sides. So if you're in control of this fight, then it's very simple. But if you're not, then it could be very, very troublesome.
So that was the second item out of there. See where, if he wants to go turn in, where does he want to go from here?
Seems like he's taking a slightly faster way back to Dark World. Okay, so it looks like Oneups going to make the
Back at Thieves Town?
Thieves Town play,
Yeah.
and Gamma's going to be going into Mire at the same time. Surprised Gamma's not going into Ice Palace here, honestly, because you have to do it anyway. Although I guess I can see it from the perspective that you want the cane, and
Yeah.
with the exception of Pedestal, you've ruled out all the Fire Rod locked locations.
Yeah, this is really unfortunate for Team Kappa though, because he's just wasting time in here at this point.
Yeah, he's going back to Bag of Desert without the Fire Rod, which, not to his knowledge yet, but is also a Fire Rod locked location.
Come on, Gamma, pull out ether or something. There we go.
He was listening, yeah. He could hear you. It's that Team Kappa brand telepathy.
That's right. So Matt, with the book in hand, is going to be able to check the tablet here. So he might be able to give us the information that we're looking for as far as Pedestal, which would be really interesting.
Oh, for sure. So that could actually swing pretty heavily in the favor of Waffle House if that does end up being the Canis Maria.
Gamma.
Because then they won't have to even hesitate. That's just their go mode item. They just rush through penance and boom.
Gamma getting the bad news that there is a Trinex there, which it's double bad news because he knows where the Fire Rod is, right?
Oh, and Oneup. Did Oneup do the bottom of Thieves Town first? No, he's just gonna mirror after Attic. Was that the fourth item?
I believe so. So I think he might be thinking
So he's just grabbing the
pedestal at
pendant.
this
Yeah,
point.
okay. So he's definitely thinking pedestal. So this is definitely smart from Oneup here. This is gonna do a good bit to offset, if the cane is on pedestal, to offset the lack of knowledge on Team Kappa's end. Because if it's there, Waffle House will have the knowledge, but they'll have none of the pendants yet.
Right.
And then we have Mire happening on Gamma's end as well, so
Yes, we're gonna get
Could just be in
information here
here.
soon. Yeah.
it's basically just down to Mire or pedestal, yeah?
I'm trying to think if we're missing anything else. Can do Turtle Rock. We've seen every other dungeon. Yeah.
Could also be Green Pendant, but
Right.
that would require Oneup picking up his third pendant anyway, so I'm
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
sure that's where he's headed now.
All right. Let's see if Matt mirrors here. There's a big key. Of course, it's like a God Mire when you don't have the Canis Maria.
Naturally.
So Oneup is making the play for this is a ped play.
And we are getting the ped
All right.
check from Matt as well, so
Here it is. Hype it up.
hold on to your seats. Oh, it's a bee in a bottle. This is
So green pendant or Mire.
Yep. So it's a bit of time wasted on Oneup's end killing Trinex. Or sorry, not Trinex, killing Blind at Thieves Town. This Trinex kill in Desert though, still possible to pay off.
It's just going to be here this entire time. They've been wasting all of their time, right? It's going to be here in Meyer.
Of course.
Nobody just wants to go to Meyer.
Matt is making the Thieves Town play as well, though, here. So they're going to be making the desert play last as well.
Man, Salty's got to be careful here. And he just got grabbed. Oh, that's tough.
Oh, that's absolutely brutal for Waffle House.
So I think the last check is the vanilla big key chest.
Yeah. So that's if they didn't have an advantage before, it definitely seems like Team Kappa's got the upper hand now after that very unfortunate Wellmaster on saltyphry's end. He's grabbing that magic from the tree and looking like he's heading straight back, though. Maybe after a potion.
Just talk to the ferry or the potion shop attendant. Refill those hearts.
So we got some simultaneous last locationing going on Gamma and Oneup's end.
It's gonna be either gonna be green pendant or right here. We're gonna find out here really quickly.
Oneup starting with the fire out on the firehead. Good strat. I like it.
It is green pendant.
Oh, and just a fairy in a bottle. So, turns out Trinex has to die. For one reason or another. And the Canis Amara is right there.
Oh, geez. It's not green pendant. I guess we only got one item out of desert, so. Wow.
So that is go mode for Team Kappa at the 101 mark. Only 3 crystals left for each of them. Gamma gonna head and grab his fire rod from Ice Palace and then follow up with the Trinex kill for his go mode Canis Maria. Oneup though can just jump straight into his remaining dungeons. I figured he would have started with Meyer, but I guess he's got something else up his sleeve. Might want to grab some potions first, just in case.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he needs the Ether Medallion.
Yeah,
that's also kind of important.
Yeah. Can't get into Meyer or Turtle Rock without that, so. So not looking good for Waffle House drive-thru, unfortunately.
Yeah. Making all the wrong plays, unfortunately.
It's not even the wrong
Matt
plays.
having gone
it's
into
just
Skullwood. Well, yeah, the incorrect plays.
Yeah.
The ones that don't work.
Yeah.
Matt having gone into both Skullwoods and back of Thieves Town. Fry now going into Meyer.
I mean, they had the information about Desert first, being Trinex. I'm surprised that they didn't go right back there, because that is 2 items, right? Like,
yeah, it may not be the easiest thing to remember, though. Just
yeah,
like,
that's true.
Just like, because I'm pretty sure Matt, when he found that fire rod, went straight to Skullwoods thinking, I can push the fire rod locations, and then it just doesn't occur to me, or just doesn't occur to him that it's Enemizer. The Desert Palace boss is also a fire rod location, like. Just one of those quirks of Enemizer.
Yeah, and Salty's got some work to make up as well, getting grabbed there at the bottom of Ice Palace, which is just the worst spot.
He did fortunately grab that fire rod, though, so if they play smart, he won't have to go through Ice Palace the long way twice. So Matt getting his big key. Gonna go straight to the back, grab his go mode Canis Maria. saltyphry gonna follow him straight in.
Yeah, I mean they're pretty much down to the last locations, so
Or not. What do they have
he's got
left?
he's got to
Oh,
go
he's
get
got
it.
potions.
Yeah, he saw him ditch the ferry. He needs
Yeah, he's out of
magic.
magic. Oh, Gamma avoiding that wall master. That could have been nasty. He's got to be careful though.
Yeah, it's coming back. Oh, and he took the.
That's.
Oh, does he have a ferry still?
Does he have a fairy?
He
Okay,
does,
he's fine.
Yeah.
But if that happens 2 more times, might be a chance for Waffle House to come back.
He still almost got grabbed there.
Yeah, this is not a friendly room at all. It doesn't
And you
help
gotta
that it
be
doesn't have powder to even.
Yeah, you got to be careful
Yeah,
because
okay,
you
he should be
don't
fine
want
now.
to. You don't want to drop down because you can, even when you're falling, you can still get grabbed by that wall master. So you got to make sure you're in the clear.
Yeah, you gotta time it just right. That room is awful. Like, actually, 2 anti-fairies and a wall master.
Our first
The
Mothula.
easiest boss ever in Meyer.
As far as Enemizer goes, this was actually a pretty nice one.
As far as the bosses go, I've got to agree. Helmasaur in Hera is always a bit of a mess, but aside from that, these bosses have been pretty friendly. I'm just excited for the double mold arm we're gonna find on the GT climb at this rate.
Yeah.
I think we've already seen one this week. I'm excited to see it again.
So playoffs start tomorrow. You actually have a week off. What are you going to do with your time away?
I'm probably just gonna practice some good old-fashioned open mode.
Yeah.
See if I can practice not last locationing things on a coin flip. That'd be a good place to start, I guess.
So you're the courage player for Fandron Editors? Is that right?
Yeah, so I'm going to be up against either, I believe, Oneup or Jay Misher, depending on which of you guys makes it past next week. So it'll be interesting either way. I'm looking forward to a potential rematch with Oneup.
Yeah,
I still owe him one audio use because last time we faced off in week 3, he had the clean audio, so I could use MSU, and I got to return the favor.
Nice. Yeah, Chad asking about playoffs. Playoffs are actually 2 weeks per each round this year, so there's more time to get in your 5 races than there were in previous seasons. So you actually have 2 weeks off to practice.
Really? Oh, I must not have read the rules then. That's pretty comfy.
I do want to say, going undefeated in the Invitational is ridiculous, and I mean that in the best possible way.
It's wild that we were able to actually manage to go 14-0 this season.
I mean, you look at
I didn't even think we had it.
Yeah, you look at some of these, or you look at every division in the Invitational this season, and you see teams that aren't going to be making the playoffs. I mean, if things continue the way they are for Waffle House Drive-Thru, they're not going to be making the playoffs. They have saltyphry and matt7898 in demo. Like, that's a really strong team. You see Komodo Hypers from one of the divisions with Framey, Checkshuman, and Kyong. Like, 3 of the best runners aren't making the playoffs. It just shows you how tough the Invitational is. And Vendrona Drifters went undefeated. That's wild, dude. Wild.
Hey man, what can I say? I mean, sometimes there's an advantage to being in the same division as Team Cap.
It's
if
true.
if you can steal their luck,
Yeah.
then all will go well. The only concern is we can't let it be stolen back.
Yeah, that's right. It's important now. All All right, so we've got our first look into Turtle Rock from Oneup, and he's got a pretty sizable lead on all of our runners, actually, because he just has to jump up to the top of Hera after this. But just looking at some of these playoff matchups, we've got in the Kakariko division, we've got Air 216 taking first place, which isn't surprising because Air Lane and Big Dunk are really good. Right behind them, we've got Pug Trio and then the Titans Mitts of 2019. So who do you like coming out of that Pug Trio 20 Titans Mitts race?
I'd probably favor Pug Trio a bit more than Titans Mitts in that matchup. Dante on the Titans Mitts, really, really strong runner. And ironically, you're going to have the Pug teams facing off with Dante and Andy that week.
That's right. That's
so,
right.
I think overall, I'd probably give better chances to Pug Trio. I think, just in my personal opinion, I think they're a slightly more well-rounded team. But Titans Mitts, speaking as somebody who's gone up against them for 2 seasons in a row now, before this season, they're also a really strong team that should not be counted out.
Yeah, for sure. I think they're the only team. No, they've been in the playoffs all 3 seasons. There's been a couple teams that have been out there all 3 seasons.
Yeah, Titan Mitts is definitely one of them.
Yeah. Lost
so definitely not.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
No, Last Locationers, Triple Dino Disasters are the 2 lock teams in the Lost Woods divisions. I think we've got the other races going on right now to figure out that 3rd spot. But you got to like Last
I believe after yesterday's tie, I believe Last Locationers have locked 1st seed in the division.
Yeah, that's right.
By like 1 point, so they've got that locked down. It's just a race to find out not only who's going to be the other 2 spots, but like how those other 2 spots stack up. Because we got, I believe, Triple Dino, the Spoilers, and I Like Big Boots all fighting for those 2 spots.
Yeah, it looks like Triple Dino has actually locked up the spot. So it's between the Spoilers and Like Big Boots. We got our first Viddy here in Turtle Rock. Not going to be a problem with those Silver Arrows, though. But, Last Locationers is one of those teams that just feels like they've been on the cusp of winning the entire thing every season.
Yeah.
So
they're also one of the teams I believe has made playoffs in all 3 seasons so far.
That's right.
So another really, really strong contender to take it all.
All right, we are going to play the GT Big Key Guessing game. Let's get that started here. Actually, we still have 1 more crystal. You know what? I run this thing, right? We're going to start it early.
Gonna have a really long GT Big Key Guessing game.
See if we can get it going here. All right, get your guesses in. Oneup is just going to have to jump to the top of Hera here, and then we'll be able to open up the GT entrance and jump in there and find out where that GT Big Key is. There's 22 different locations where it could be. Get your guesses in chat, and when he gets in there, we'll figure it out.
Where do you think it's going to be, Fear?
I mean, the seat has been too kind, right? It's going to be like a Stelphos room, so I'm going to say 5.
Oh, I actually guessed 4, so pretty close in that one. I guess we're both thinking it's going to be in Stalfos room or Compass room. Just depends on however you're out.
Right.
With Gamma having this much of a gap, I'd say probably the better play here is to just send Oneup over to Compass room. So you get the entire right side out of the way.
But what if there's no small key in Hope room?
If there's no small key, that's a bit of a wrench in the situation, of course. So you could DM and do Compass room as well.
I think you head to Stalfos room first, just in case, because you're able to get those 4 checks in the torch. Then Hope to Compass, and that gives. I feel like that's what we've done in the past. So I'm just speaking from past experience, but
yeah, and there's definitely
mix it up here.
There definitely seems to be a big enough gap in between Gamma and Oneup by about like 2 or 3 minutes to where he can probably do Compass and Stalfos and still start heading down left side before Gamma gets into GT.
All right, in the Misery Mire division, we've got Shack Tools Digging Game, WJPDTB, and then tonight in our final race of the season, of the regular season, Did You Check Your Boots versus Double Dippers. Who do you like in that last matchup first for tonight?
Ooh, for Double Dippers versus Did You Check Your Boot?
Yeah.
I like both teams, honestly. I think both are really good. I don't know if I could give either one the edge, honestly. It's going to be a pretty close one tonight.
It is. They raced so many times.
If I had
last season at the end of the
yeah,
season, I want to say they had like 8 races or something like that, because they had a tie last season in the playoffs for in their game 5, so it was pretty nuts.
Yeah, they had a bit of a thing going on last season, bit of a rivalry there.
All right, so
I think if I had to favor one team, probably Did You Check Your Boot, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's gonna be big playing for that last playoff spot. All right, so check number 1 on the torch. He is doing Stealthless Room right, so he is gonna have guarantee himself a key. So we've got 2, 3, 4, and 5 here, and number 2 is the
wow. This seed is just too generous.
Unbelievable.
We didn't even give it enough credit. 4 and 5? Nah, how about 2? So not much left in the seed at this point. Just gotta climb GT through all these endomized kill rooms. Bombos and Ether are going to be pretty heavily utilized here, I imagine.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we got Silver Arrows. The only thing I feel like they might be missing is half magic, but at this point, it's not even really that needed with all how decked out they are. So, Lilithin was our closest, guessing 3. Congratulations on your 15 points. Enjoy those. So we've got
good use of burner there.
I mean, honestly, with Randomizer, this is not over. You know,
it's not.
Waffle
the possibility of a wall master at the top of GT is still very open.
100%. So, you know, pay close attention, because Randomizer throws a wrench in all of this. If this was just a regular mode, you know, it'd be a little bit tougher for Waffle House to come back at this point, but
yeah, nothing's impossible here for them.
Yeah.
It is Randomizer. Oneup really feeling those sword beams right now.
So Oneup just a little bit ahead of Matt. Gamma just a little bit ahead of Salty. So
Salty also still has to clear hair once he's done here in TR.
Yeah.
Salty's got a bit of ways to go.
I think the big difference here was getting grabbed there at the bottom of Ice Palace.
Yeah, if not for that, this would have been such a close race, I feel. Because that Wallmaster grab added probably 2 minutes to saltyphry's final time here.
Our first look at Armos Knights. What boss haven't we seen? Moldorm?
I don't believe we've seen any Moldorms.
I think that's it.
Yeah, I think we've seen everything but Moldorm. And then we're, of course, not going to see whatever is down in the ice arena. Which, for all we know, could have been a dupe Trinex, because we still haven't seen that third duplicate. So Gamma making it to GT, picking up his big key, gonna start climbing. Just saltyphry left, who has yet to get here. As Oneup approaches the very top.
Very friendly Randomizer as far as GT goes.
Yeah, nothing too bad so far. I'm gonna hold my breath until we see him walk up those stairs to Agapu, though.
True. Well, I do like that pokey just hovering there.
Oneup checking for the free key.
Yeah, I was wondering why he's killing the Pokey. I didn't think the Pokey had the key.
And these levers are low-key very obnoxious as well in kill rooms. That's a really nicely placed roller.
Yeah.
I'm honestly surprised we didn't see more terrible rollers in this seed.
Yeah.
Every time I play Randomizer, there's always some really nasty roller bar. And we already see Moldarm here.
Yeah, we do got Moldarm. That's all the bosses. We don't know what the last double was, but we did see them all, which is pretty interesting.
Alright, moment of truth. If Oneup can make it through this next room, he should be okay for the rest of the seed.
There is a wall master.
Oh wow, there is a wall master. That was close. And the rock in your path too.
Exactly. That's the hard part, is you just normally
directly
dash.
in your path, so you have to stop your dash.
Yeah, that can be gross.
So he should be able to warn Gammachuu of that, so that Gamma's a bit more careful. But getting past that is actually huge.
Huge. No, that was really big, because getting grabbed there and having to reclimb changes this entire race.
And we got Matt approaching the top here as well. He's also going to go into that room blind, so we'll see if he is able to dodge that Wallmaster the same way. Well, saltyphry heading into Hera, gonna get his Helma kill out of the way here, and then he'll finally be into Ganon's tower himself.
Yeah, just Ganon fight away for Oneup here, Team Kappa. On track to get the 1-1 here.
Looking relatively clean, taking one hit there, but gonna get the 1-1. Matt dodges the Wallmaster.
Nicely done. I swear I would have gotten grabbed there.
That's just like, it's like the perfect setup to just catch you off guard with that Wallmaster, really. Gamma's really low on hearts though, heading up to the Moldarm 2 fight. So he might have some issues in that upcoming room.
Taking it.
Oh, is he gonna fall on the spikes? Okay, not quite.
Yeah.
That would have been very dangerous to fall on the spikes there.
And that's it
Oneup
for Oneup.
with a nice, clean Ganon fight.
Get your GGs in chat for Oneup of Team Kappa. Gets ready to cross that bridge.
Gamma. Moment of truth for Gamma here. Can he dodge the Wallmaster?
Just have to be careful. All right, able to get through.
Okay, he's got it. So good use of Cannaburna there. Thankfully, he doesn't really need too much extra magic since he has the silver arrows. So all that's left is just a normal Agatu and Ganon fight for him.
Matt doing his Ganon fight here. Love the setup for the quick 1-1.
Yeah, this is a nice phase 2 as well. Gamma gets Agatu down. Just waiting on that cutscene. Matt with the clean phase 3 Ganon, man.
Yeah. Super clean. One of the best I've ever seen.
Oh, he's sets up for a nice triple here. Might miss it. Just slightly because of the extra time he took there.
Yeah, just
But
the
very
almost
clean
falling off,
nonetheless.
GG's.
GG's to
chat.
matt7898. First finisher on Team Waffle House.
And Gamma not too far behind. Let's get some official times real quick. We got a 122.01 from Oneup and a 123.47 from Matt. Did Gamma mess up the 1-1?
I mean, I won't spoil anything for you, but
Terrible.
yeah. So Fear, I hear that Team Kappa is going to be looking for a new member in Season 4. Is that true?
Yeah, they're replacing Fear Agent. All right, there's a double from Gamma there. And set up for another double. And there it is.
We'll do it. So get your GGs in chat for Gamma finishing as the second member of Team Kappa, and that is going to secure them today's win.
It's going to secure a couple things. So that's going to guarantee Team Kappa's number 2 spot, as well as putting the Tile Roomies into the playoffs in the number 3 spot.
So that's going to lock everything up for the Skull Woods division here. We'll also see if we can't get these runners in here for an interview in a moment.
Just a climb here from saltyphry. Almost through the gauntlet.
Making good use of that Ether Medallion. Definitely went criminally underused on the other 3 climbs, I feel. Such a useful medallion when it works. It's just so fast.
And we are now joined by today's winners, Oneup and Gammachuu, Team Kappa. GG's, guys.
GG's, you too.
Thanks,
Yo,
GG's.
GG. Thanks.
So, how you feeling about that race?
It never feels good when you hard last location your go mode item.
I'm feeling
that's a-
glad that it's over for sure. That I can say.
Yeah, I'm done with Randomizer. No more of that.
Well, you might not be done with it because you are the power player. And it is one of the options in the that you can veto or choose or not choose and have it be randomized. So
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah, let's see though. We felt pretty good early on, early mids. You know, full clear swamp. We got bomb knowledge. We're like, okay, maybe we could do ice. But when we're in King Go mode, we kind of thought. I told Oneup, okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and hold off on ice and wait until I get Kane and Samaria, so I could go ahead and clear that dungeon with it. And it just felt really bad, just how we had to grab that bombos on left side swamp to go ahead and clear ice for the fire rod, and use that fire rod to get the Kane off of Trinex. It's just holding off on swamp too, seeing if I could maybe dodge that fire rod bombos.
Yeah, it's a pretty rude sequence there. The bombos on the left side swamp kind of got Team Waffle House in a bit of a bottleneck when they missed their flippers for a good while longer than you guys did. Then followed that up with the Caneless Ice Dip, which was required for the Fire Rod, which of course you had to take to kill Trinex to get your Canis Maria. It was just not a friendly sequence at all.
Oh,
Yeah, and then like the other thing too is you didn't know that Trinex was gonna come. So like, you know, usually when you have an item that's not totally required and only needed for a spot or two, like, you know, you kind of, if you get that item first, you kind of try to check those so your partner knows whether or not they're going to need that item or not. And so, like I kind of went to like Skull Woods and stuff with that fire rod. But like it wasn't until Gamma went to Desert that we even knew that there was something else that needed the fire rod. So yeah, that kind of sucked too.
Yeah, as I was in the cutscene of Desert, I'm like, wait, Trinex could block me from grabbing that cane if it's here. And as soon as Trinex popped out right there in Desert, I'm like, this feels so bad. This is so bad. And I just jumped into Mire hoping it was going to be in there. Nope. It was sitting on Trinex.
Well, you got the W. Secured number 2 spot for Team Kappa. How are you guys feeling about the season? And think as we head into the playoffs, how are you feeling about that as well? Also, how do you feel about carrying me all the way here?
No, we all did our fair share of carrying. I feel pretty good. Happy that we made playoffs. Just gonna be more stress added as the week goes by. Hoping we make it each week. But no, I feel pretty happy. Happy we at least made it this far into the league.
Yeah, this season, there were definitely a lot of good tough matches. So yeah, happy that we've kind of made it through to the other side now at this point. Playoffs are still going to be, we're going to have some more even tougher matches coming up. So, we'll see how things go.
So what was it you said that they ended up missing out on flippers for a while?
Yeah, so I think they got a relatively late bottle, and I think by the time they got the bottle, they had a whole lot of other options. They had Dark World access. They also found the myths relatively quickly upon Dark World access. So I think it was just a matter of them getting kind of distracted by all that stuff. And not really getting around to the sick kid check for a good while.
Okay, yeah, that's really feels pretty bad.
Anyway, we've got saltyphry finishing the Ganon fight. About to walk into the Triforce room and finish it up for Team Waffle House drive-thru and put an end to their excellent season.
Finishes it with a time of 1:31:07.
So with this loss, they were unfortunately unable to secure a playoff spot, but it was a very, very respectable run through these 7 weeks of the pre-playoff season, nonetheless.
And we are now joined with Matt7898. GG's, man.
Yo, Team Kappa, did you not get that envelope? You guys are supposed to throw that one.
You're supposed to give us half up front and half later, though.
Oh, that's how it works.
Also now joined by Saltyphry. GG's, guys. That was a tough race, and
GG's, you too.
Yeah, tough way to end the season. I know.
Yeah.
I'm actually disappointed because, like I mentioned earlier in the seed, 2 of my favorite runners, and the season's come to an end. I'm not happy about this.
I appreciate that, man.
Thanks, GG. Yeah, it had to happen.
Guys.
It was a little disappointing, but yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, it's just it was an awkward seed a little bit. So, like, we kind of got the flippers a little late, and then hard last location in the cane. We weren't feeling too good about it. And, like, with the desert play, like, you could have, knowing where the flippers were, gotten to Trinex with both Fire Rod and Ice Rod in some way. So we were kind of trying to play to our outs a little bit, I think, by going back to Thieves and Skull. But it looks like I think everybody else did that too.
Yeah, you guys all had this very similar thinking in the seed. The big difference was they were Team Kappa was able to get the flippers a lot sooner than you guys did, so it made that swamp play. Overall, though, it was really close. Just a couple, minor execution things, and I mean that's what Randomizer is going to do, right? Like you two, Salty and Matt, are like excellent runners, but then it kind of changes when you have to do Randomizer, right? Like
Wall Masters are going to be Wall Masters, right?
Right, that Wall Master at the bottom of Ice Palace is rough. That's really
like rough. I was there and I was ready for it, but like it was more the anti-fairies that really created my problems more than the Wall Master. Like I was fully ready for the Wall Master, trying to avoid it and not have you picking up that block when it was coming down.
Yeah,
And then the anti-fairy just bodied me right into the wall master.
that room was so nasty. You got the two anti-fairies acting as the bait, and then the wall master's the trap.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
Yeah, and I was there first, right? So even knowing what to expect, that room is like a disaster. And yeah, with me, I should have grabbed that Cane of Burna, right? I struggled a little bit in the switch room. Mind you, that was an awful room. And with the swordless, no script, hammer blind, that didn't go great with the little amount of health that I had.
Yeah, it's easy to overlook things like burnout, right? You think, I don't need burnout, it's not that big of a deal, but then stuff like that happens, and you're just like, it would have really helped to actually have that stupid item.
Yeah.
So,
oh well, it was still fun. So we had a good season. We did well, right? We had never played together before. We're a new team coming into this, so I'm pretty proud of how we did.
Yeah, you're one win. I mean, there's nothing to be ashamed of. You're one win away from the playoffs in the Invitational. The Invitational's stacked, right? Like, yeah. So, did you guys have a good time this season? This is you guys weren't a team last season, and we're one of the few teams that actually were able to be invited into the Invitational without playing last season. How did it go for you guys?
Yeah, I had a blast. This was my first time doing any co-op type stuff, so it kind of encouraged me to get into that and really enjoyed that. So I'd definitely like to come back again next season. So
yeah, I like it what saltyphry said. It was a lot of fun. It's nice to kind of have a little bit of camaraderie in this when you're mostly just kind of racing by yourself. So I had a great time.
So let me ask you this question. I don't think I've asked you guys. Where did the Waffle House drive-thru name come from?
That was me. I don't know, man. I'm not creative. I was struggling to think of a name. I love doing that, and the NMG speedrun is one of my favorite things to do. Plus, from our images from that FMG NMG tutorial, so I messaged Mooglebot who made it, and I was like, "Listen, man, can I use this? Because it's so hilarious." And it's basically just because of that picture, and he was nice enough to let me use the picture. So
that's great. Love it. Any other questions from anyone else? Anyone else want to talk about maybe the season or going forward, or?
No, just thanks for the restream. Thanks for all the volunteers that make this league happen. I know it's a ton of work for you guys, and we really appreciate it. And it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, excited to see Waffle House back next season for season 4 because, like I said, really enjoy watching you guys run. And yeah, I mean, I'm shocked as anybody, you guys that make the playoffs, because again, you guys are so good, but it just shows you how tough the Invitational is, right?
Yeah, like someone has to not make it. So
yeah, I mean, there's some amazing players that aren't going to be playing in the playoffs this season, which is
you see that every tournament.
Pretty
There's
shocking.
Always surprises of people that just don't seem to make it. They just get matched tough somewhere and it just doesn't work out for them, right? It happens every time.
Totally, and that's what makes it kind of fun, right? Like, is to see.
You never know.
See, yeah. That's why the kind of way you did the Invitational, right? To get all the power players in and me, and then see who can come out on top. So GG's on your season, guys. It was a lot of fun to watch you guys throughout the season.
Good luck, Team Kappa, in the playoffs, by the way. I'll be rooting for you guys.
Appreciate that.
Thanks. GG's to you guys too, and just want to give a shout out to you guys. Thanks for restreaming this Fear Agent Megawatt. Thanks for commentating. And Felicity for tracking. Super appreciate it.
Yeah, 2 trackers, Sapphire and Felicity. So
yeah, shout out to Sapphire.
Yeah, both of our trackers today. GG's Team Kappa. Good luck to you two in the playoffs, and we'll see more of you guys coming up racing Tower Roomies next week, the next 2 weeks. So that should be fun. Again, big shout outs to our trackers today for helping us out. Megawatt, thanks for stepping into the booth with me today.
Absolutely, buddy. It was a pleasure. Had a lot of fun.
So we're not done yet. This is the last match of this division. We've got 2 more matches coming up. Let's see. Well, we got just keep your eye on the schedule. The last match. Yeah, looks like
we currently got I Like Big Boots versus Last Locationers, Relkin and GGW versus Goomba and Lin Lin. Going on now on SG5, about 30 minutes in there. In about 20 minutes from now, we've got But We're Buddies versus They Vetoed Our Acronym starting. That's Lock, Cool Live, and Fantalis versus Ak and Korek. Oh wait, no, that's not restreamed. Never mind.
We got Tam versus.
We do have.
Did you check your boot versus Double Dipper as our final match of the regular season on Speed Gaming 2. Willard and JP on comms. You don't want to miss that. 7:10 Eastern. And then on Tuesday, this has just got added to the calendar. We've got a season wrap up and playoff preview stream. So,
Ooh,
lots of cool stuff
about?
coming up. I'm guessing the season and then the playoffs.
Care to share any information on that, Fear?
Yeah, we're going to
Or
talk
is that it
about
for
the
now?
season. We're going to talk about the season, and then we're going to preview the playoffs.
Oh, nice.
So
I'm looking
be
forward
fun.
to it. That sounds like it's going to be a blast.
So check that out. Doesn't have a channel. Might be on the league. We'll see. Make sure you're following all the Speed Gaming channels, Speed Gaming and Speed Gaming 2 through 6, as well as the league channels, the ALTTPR League, and that's 2 through 4 as well. Again, thanks to everyone who does this. We super appreciate it. This is the end of the season. We wrap up as we go into the playoffs. It's going to be fun. Who's going to make it out of the open to get the invitations into season 4? That's really exciting as well. So lots of stuff. Even though this is the end of the regular season, we still got a lot of rando to go. So going to call it a night. Make sure you head over to the other races and check those out. And good luck to everyone in the playoffs.